That's What He Said with Cedric D. Sanders.
100% real, raw, and uncut. Deadass.
Bitch, what?
Hello, my name is Cedric, and along with my beautiful wife, Connie, we'll be hosting my brand new podcast, That's What I Said. I'm a retired Navy veteran that suffers from PTSD and anxiety, and we'll discuss how I cope with the mental illness through comedy and discussion. It's a podcast that will talk about everything, from cryptocurrency to comedy. If we're worrying about the dollar going up and down, up and down, up and down, and it's still a dollar, guess what? The value of that means absolutely nothing. Cryptocurrency in itself is the future of money. From spirituality to cannabis. To have cannabis on the Schedule 1 list is bullshit. I'm sorry, it is. It makes absolutely no sense. If it's a seed that can be planted and it has healing properties in it, why the hell is it in Schedule 1? Last time I checked, cocaine don't have healing property in it. From interracial relationships, I don't have a problem with people talking about interracial relationships. People try to talk bad about my interracial relationship just to think that they can get under my skin. I mean, really, it don't bother me. I mean, let's not make, call a spade a spade. But if you have a problem with someone that's in love, it shouldn't matter the race of the person. It's a mental illness in our community. The problem is people want to put labels on it. Everybody wants to put color on everything. And as soon as you put color on it, it gets treated differently. The money gets treated funny. Because if it's dealing with Asians, guess what? It's going to take a longer process unless those leaders step up and get into the president's face or U.S. leaders' face and say, this is a problem in our community. Not leaving one topic unturned. If you want to hear real, authentic conversation, interviews, and comedy, please take time to listen to That's What I Said, because I said what I said.
Giving you 100% authentic, real, raw, unapologetic truth with no filter. Listen to That's What I Said. Available on your favorite podcast platform.
Y'all know what time it is. Turn up. That's what I said.
Welcome to another episode of That's What I Said with your host, Cedric Sanders. Giving you 100% authentic, real, raw, unapologetic truth with no filter. The broadcast starts now.
Y'all know what time it is. It's That's What I Said podcast. We live and direct. So welcome again to another episode of That's What I Said. Y'all already know what the topic is. I told y'all, and if y'all don't know what it is, I'm going to tell you again. Release your full potential. We're talking about potential. We're talking about being able to just be the version that you need to be, which is the best version. Y'all know I don't do this podcast by myself. I'm always joined by my co-host, my beautiful wife, Connie. Say what's up to the world, baby. What's good?
What's good, everybody? How's everybody doing on this fantastic Tuesday evening? Thanks for tapping in and tuning in with us this week. I'm ready to go.
Yeah,
let's do it.
It's time to dive deep into this conversation. So it's funny that I had already written down this topic over the weekend, and I said I want to talk about it, and then some more things came to me, and then I ended up going into a bunch of Clubhouse rooms today that just happened to be talking about this exact thing, and not so much as far as releasing your full potential, or release your full potential and be the best version of yourself. It was more so just every conversation was more of just doing better than you need to be doing, instead of sitting stagnant and hoping and wishing that things is going to work out, or hoping and wishing that the business that you created is going to be successful. And it's like, you're not even putting no working into it. You ain't even trying. You're not even elevating the business to its full potential. You're not even at the full potential you need to be. So it's like, what are you waiting for? everybody tells you to do your research, then why are you not doing your research? What are you waiting for? So we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about how we need to be a lot more consistent with doing the things that we say we're going to do so that we can be successful, and stop with the whole, negative idea or negative talk that you do to yourself that prevents you from getting to that level. Again, like I said, I'm always joined by my co-host. I feel like I'm talking too much already. What's good, baby?
Nothing. I'm over here. I'm listening to your intro and discussion about what we're actually going to be talking about, and how you had already had your topic, but then it just kind of made it more fruitful for you to be in those rooms having conversation today, and it be generally about what your topic was. So
right.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just weird, I felt like
it just kind of comes like that, though.
It does, really. it be honest, it really does.
It really does.
It's not even like, no joke aside, no like nothing. It was really just how spirit works sometimes. It's like, you have a passion to do something, and when you're passionate about doing that thing, it's hard to like steer away from that. It's hard to just, kind of not navigate in that lane. So
and it's crazy because we're in a full-blown Mercury retrograde.
Ain't that the damn truth?
So I am certain that there was reasoning behind why you wrote the topic and why you were in those rooms and having those discussions and all that stuff. There's synergies around all of it.
It is, but to be honest with you, I haven't used Clubhouse to its full potential. So I'm not really at my full potential as much as I like to talk and brag about it. This is a topic that I'm talking about that's kind of transparently for me. And the reason why I started doing research on it over the weekend is because I was doing a lot of self-doubt and a lot of negative talk just to myself this weekend, and things that I needed to do for my business and things I needed to do for my podcast. I just wasn't doing it because I was giving everybody else my energy. I was giving everybody else my attention. And it's nothing against them. It's not their fault. It's just what I was doing. I wasn't taking that time where I have all the time in the world to do the things that I need to do. I complain about not having enough time to do them. It's like, really?
You're retired.
What are you really doing? What are you doing? So it came to a point, right? It just came to a point where I needed to really just knuckle down and take ownership of the fact that I was not doing what I needed to do.
What?
And you would think I would have, as long as I've been doing this podcast and as long as I've been wanting to have this business with the podcast, you would think this would be my motivation. I could do it. No.
Distractions.
It's too many of them.
Yeah.
So I can't use that as an excuse, because at the end of the day, it's the shit that I got to deal with and the stuff that I got to actually correct and clean up. So this podcast is about, y'all. It really is. Release your full potential. Stop limiting yourself. You have the limitless potential to be successful. So just unlock it. Just let it go. Just be creative. So
I need to hit the quote.
Yeah, go ahead and hit the quote.
I need to hit the quote.
Go ahead and hit the quote.
It just seems fitting right now.
Yeah.
So our quote for this podcast and for the week and for whenever you need to utilize it is, you cannot afford to live in potential for the rest of your life. At some point, you have to unleash your potential and make your move.
Well, there it is then.
At some point, you have to unleash your potential and make your move.
So I think at this point, I need to just go ahead and really just give you the information that I'm just gonna dive headfirst into it.
Jump in.
I'm
the
gonna dive
water's
head
fine.
first into this game-changing, world availability when it comes to, unleashing or releasing your full potential.
Jump on in. The water's fine.
So the secret ingredient to skyrocket your business and supercharge your personal life is literally just a heartbeat away. Literally.
How so?
So, okay, so sometimes we explore how things are unstoppable. How you need to be like the unstoppable force with anything you create.
Okay.
If we take the time to really like explore that, it's really all up in you. It's your dream. It's what you've created. It's what you wanted to happen, but you're not releasing your full potential. I'm going to tell you why. As we peel back these layers and open the door, okay, I'm going to explore being present, being accessible, and ultimately just being unfuckwittable.
Uh-oh. We haven't heard that word in a while.
Yeah, I need a button for that one, I guess. But so
That word's been lingering for a couple of years with us.
yeah, so literally, we were talking about getting t-shirts with it on there.
Right.
So this very thing, okay, we're going to talk about, like I said, the art of being present, accessibility, and ultimately being unfuckwittable. Okay. Now, there's people that I'm sure are going to have a problem with the last one just because of how I put it. If y'all have not been rocking with me and this is your first time and you're offended, I apologize. However, I don't apologize for saying the word. I apologize for you taking it the way you're taking it.
Sometimes not everything's
Tonight we're going to unlock. Yeah, you're right about that shit. So tonight we're going to unlock the doors to limitless growth, strong connections, and to have a brighter future. So this is for whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur or you're just starting out, and literally this is like your journey. This is like day one or month 4, month 6, whatever the case may be. You create your business and you're trying to unlock your full potential. I'm about to go into it, okay? I'm about to go into it.
Get your pen and paper ready.
Please get your pen and paper ready.
If you haven't done so, you need to.
So close your eyes and follow with me, if you will. You're literally standing in front of a door. And in front of that door, or I should say behind the door, because you don't know what's behind it.
Right.
But you're standing in front of the door, and behind that door is literally everything you've ever dreamed of. Everything you've ever dreamed of achieving, everything you dreamed of accomplishing, everything you dreamed of just to dream and be happy is behind that door. But all you got to do is unlock it, right? All you got to do is unlock it.
Do you have the right key?
But how? Exactly. But how? So I want to try to give people some strategies and mindsets that will help them. The key that they have works. They just don't know how to quite turn it in the way it needs to be turned to unlock the door. It's not traditional. So I want to try to give you some steps to be able to put that key into the keyhole and turn it. So, of course, I said I wanted to dive in and give you strategies and mindset. So coincidentally, the first thing is mindset. This is going to go into the format of, like I said, I want to make sure that we explore the art of being present, accessibility, and ultimately being unfuckwittable. Okay. Remember I said that. Okay. Because we're going to come back to those. So this thing that we call life is built on what you want in your life so that you're successful. A lot of times what we end up doing is creating a business. And I've said this in a couple of podcasts ago, I said this. We try to get something started new, but we don't change our mindset. So literally the first thing that we need to talk about is mindsets. It's like we don't often realize how powerful are what we do or how we do them. It's basically we really have the power to be able to really change our own lives if we change our mindset. It's like really it kind of starts with getting away from the negative self-talk and believing in you. Like literally grab a hold of the mindset and literally change how you are thinking about things. You are getting into a business that you really want to get into. This is your dream. How are you going to make it successful? How? You're going to create that success some kind of way, but how are you going to create it?
Yeah, what steps are you taking?
How are you going to, how is it? Yes. How are you going to, involve yourself in creating this? Something that you also have to realize that you have to adapt the fact that your mindset, it's a growth spurt that your mindset is going to. Because you want to learn something new. You want to add to the encyclopedia that's your brain, that you're feeding all your information to. You want to be able to feed that more so that you have a better relationship with whatever you're trying to create because you know it. You may have a passion for something, but do you know it? Some people don't know it. They just know of it and they have an attraction to it or they're a fan of it, but they don't know enough about it to run a business. Learn a new skill. Learn something new about what you're passionate about. This is going to give you the fuel you'll need when you need to change your mindset because you're going to realize maybe certain things that you're doing is not going to jive with how you need to run this business. So some things you're going to have to just deal without. Some things you're just going to have to deal without. Some of these habits that you have, you're going to have to deal without them. This ultimately, when you start changing your mindset, it's changing your habit forming things that you have that distract you. And you don't have time for them no more because you ain't got time to think about them. Your mindset is so changed is now you're focused and driven on what it is you need to create. This is how you unlock your full potential. This is how you are being present in everything that you need to actually take accountability for. This is exactly how you're present in your own life, in your own situation. So this is not just financial awareness. This is not just providing some personal growth. This is about self. Period. This is going to resonate when you create businesses. This is going to resonate when you get your first funding and know what you need to do with this. It is giving you that opportunity to say it with a grin, I'm unfuckwittable. Everybody has, accessibility to me because I'm providing a service not only that they're interested in, but they want to support me in. Okay. Okay. All I got to do is change my mindset. Okay. Embrace the idea of consistent improvement every day. Just embrace that idea. Just have it in your mind that guess what? I'm going to make this business better. I'm going to make my life better.
I'm going to make it work.
Exactly. You're your own hype man.
Right. Because if you're not, what are you doing? Where are you going?
Exactly. I think when you do this, just being consistent with him, that you will have that idea of consistent improvement. The timeline for you to be or I should say to get to that full potential,
Limitless.
it's limitless. It's limitless.
Yep.
Let's be honest. It's limitless. So let's go to the next one. I think an essential aspect of unlocking this door so that you can open your full potential, touch and see your dreams because they're attainable now. It's making sure that you set clear goals. Setting clear goals, and I'm sure people have said, "Oh, you're kind of just regurgitating all your other podcasts because didn't you say that about financial this and financial this?" Well, guess what? I'm bridging the gap.
And guess what? It all coincides with one another.
I'm bridging the gap. If you listen to my podcast, you're going to probably hear another podcast where some of the exact same steps that I'm telling you in this one is going to be for budgeting. Because damn it, setting goals is like one of the key phrases, or I shouldn't even say key phrases. It's like the key potential thing that you need to do when it comes to anything you doing new.
Right. You have to.
You have to set goals. I don't care who the hell you are. It may sound redundant. It may sound high schoolish. It may sound college. I don't give a shit.
Yep. You have to write them down.
People are not realizing we are not at our full potential because we're not even setting goals for our own lives. We're too busy trying to fit in with what everybody else is doing and not even realizing how much it costs. So you ain't had no goals set up because you didn't even realize how much money it costs. Yet you didn't know how much money you was going to spend on this damn activity that you're trying to fit in with. Stop trying to fit in.
Yeah, you can't always keep up with the Joneses.
I just felt like I needed to go off on a tangent and say that shit because you know how, I got to speak to the haters.
Hey.
Yeah, exactly. What up, though?
Hey,
I'm not gonna play the button I was really gonna play, but anyway.
We appreciate you.
So setting goals is very important. It's I think the one thing that is going to keep you accountable and keep you in the direction you need to start changing your mindset, and you're going to need that accountability. You know, they always say in business, you should have an accountability person, someone that's going to keep you accountable, and you should have that in life.
Right.
You know, you should have somebody that's going to be able to just really, truly keep you accountable. So set goals, achievable goals. And then ask yourself, what is it that you really want? Ask yourself what it is you really want. And don't shortchange yourself. Be specific. And it's like, if you have to do something that we do, me and my wife do, we break down goals into smaller goals.
Right.
Or they don't even necessarily have to be goals. They could be more of like, say, manageable steps. So it's certain steps that need to get done in order for you to achieve that goal.
Right.
So get to the point where you have achievable things, but you have to do them in steps. It's like, we have to do this first. We have to do this next. Then we have to do this. Once we get all three of those pieces together, then we need to sit down, blah, 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 blah.
Restructure.
And we're done.
Hit the next one. Yeah,
so then it's like, yes. It's so if you keep it in a chronological order, or you have it in steps, this is going to help you not only do one thing by keeping you accountable, but it's going to help you be focused and motivated and stay on track just to achieve your dreams, just to achieve the thing that you wanted to achieve. And it's like, you get a euphoria when you achieve a goal.
Heck yeah.
Because then next thing you is like, okay, what's next?
Right.
You motivated now. It's like, what's next?
Right.
What's next?
It gives you it almost gives you like that butterfly feeling, like you're all excited and stuff, and
Absolutely.
you're like, oh my god,
Absolutely.
I hit that, and I'm ready to go for the next one. Ooh, what do I need to do? And you just like overzealous and just overly excited. You're like a kid in a candy store almost.
Absolutely.
I mean, it really does make you feel like, damn, I did that.
So I'm about to say something that is I think not important because it is important, but it's not important to people that don't understand what I'm going to say. So this next one is, don't forget to surround yourself with positivity. Do I need to play the rabbit hole button? We're going down the rabbit hole. So don't forget to surround yourself with positivity. If you can't circle yourself around positivity, you will not be inspired by anybody. If you got nothing but negative Nancy's all around you, you will not be inspired. You will not be motivated. You won't set goals because you're constantly distracted.
Listening to
There
drama.
we go.
You will never have a sense of understanding when it comes to just saying, I don't need this shit around me.
Right.
Surrounding yourself with
There
positivity.
we go.
Surrounding yourself with positivity, I think, is the key thing with anything you do. If you have a job, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't like talking about jobs, but I will say this. If you have a job, my job is to make you fire your 9 to 5. That's what my job is. Your job is to create goals so that you can get there. I'm the pillar that's going to help you go around the corner to say, oh, I'm done with this shit. I'm tired of working for somebody else and paying their bills. I need to create a business so that people are paying mine. See, to be financially wealthy in this world, not rich, wealthy. Because some people will say, I would rather be rich because then I don't have to worry about, nothing. Well, I'd rather have wealth because I can pass it down generationally. When you rich, you just rich. Your ass is rich.
Yep.
Now, people will have this financial conversation with you and say, well, he's wrong because he doesn't know finances. I'm going to tell you this key thing. If you surround yourself with people that don't want to see other people excel, they rich. They rich. They will never pass down what they have because they're selfish. That's what rich is. Someone that's wealthy is willing to not only be wealthy, but to pass that wealth down and to help other people become wealthy, because that's positivity. That's what you need to circle yourself around when you're trying to create this blueprint to reach your full potential. You need to circle yourself or surround yourself around positive people, period. You only want to seek out people that who inspire you and support you, and distance yourself, period, from negativity, period. Just do that. But surround yourself around people that inspire you and support you and only want to see you success. Only want to see you successful and to see how your successes continue to mature you and the people around you. That's positive people. That's not somebody looking to benefit off of you. That's for people that lack that one thing and they have you as a friend now, and they can teach you all the things that you don't know, and you're teaching them that one thing, how to reach their full potential. Let me stop, because I don't think y'all heard me. Sometimes the positive people that we have in our life, we take them for granted. And the reason why we take it for granted is because some of us don't know that this person that is in my life that only wants to see me excel and do great things, I take advantage of them instead of listening to what this person is really trying to, not just teach me, but share with me. Then you have the few people that only want to be around you because of what you can give them. understanding having positive role models or having great mentorship or having great people around you, this does not entail being the popular kid or being the popular person at work because you know how to color coordinate and look sexy in some clothes. That's great. But why do people want to be attracted to what's surfacely attractive instead of what's mentally attractive? Or what you can basically articulate in a blueprint or something that is being provided to you so that it helps other people. Why come people can't gravitate to that shit? Just because I look good in some clothes or I can color coordinate don't mean I want you around me. Thanks for noticing. But that's all that we're going to have for this, this special. Now we run the commercials.
Keep it pushing.
Keep it pushing. Keep it pushing. Keep it pushing.
Bye-bye now.
So the next one, excuse me. The next one, and we only have one more after this one. Another key to, I think, getting to your full potential so that you're being present, you're accessible, and you basically live this ultimate life of being unstoppable, or the words that I like to use, you're being unfuckwittable. So this one is something that I talk about and people disagree. Well, if you listen to my podcast or if you listen to anything that I try to provide, you know that failure is something you have to embrace. I have embraced failure in the last 4.5 years in doing this podcast, that I don't have failures like that. And I haven't had a failure when it comes to the podcast in about 3 years. I have a bunch of uh-ohs or some mistakes, but that's really it. This last one, or I shouldn't say this last one, this one, embracing your failures, is it's that one incompletion lets you know that can't nobody fuck with you. And this is why. You accept failure as an opportunity to learn something new about you. You embrace failure is going to give you just that strength to say, I'm not afraid to fail. I don't want to fail often, but I'm not afraid to fail. This opens the door for you to be able to take risk. Risk are good. Because anytime you have a new business or anytime you decide to become a S corp or LLC business owner or owner of a nonprofit, this is something that you significantly have to deal with. Is taking risk. Because sometimes when you create the business, you don't get the traction you want. And then all of a sudden overnight, it's like, bam, 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 you're getting all the traction. Or better yet, for a better example, you decide to open up a business that people keep telling you shouldn't because it fails. And you really haven't gotten any sales. And you've been open for 3 months. And now it's like, damn, what do I do now?
Yeah.
And somebody tells you, hey, it's risky, but you should do this. There's really no downside. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. You can try again, or you can try this riskier thing, but I don't suggest that because you don't have the funds to bounce back off of that. This one right here that's risky, you should probably try that one because you can probably do this one about 15,000 times and eventually it's going to work. And when it works, then everything else is going to fall in place. If you ain't embraced failures, you ain't taking that risk because some people just don't want to fail. Some people just don't want to fail. And the reason why they don't want to fail is because they don't know how to recover from failure. Some people that have never recovered from failure do not want to fail. And then some people that have failed and never recovered will tell you how not to fail the way they failed, but never how to get out of that failure to move on to something else, because they won't move on. They'll just hold on to that failure like it's, child support, and just hold on to it. So it doesn't make sense to hold on to failure when you ultimately just need to learn from it, use it as a stepping stone, just like you would use the steps that you would do to create a goal.
Right.
You use them as stepping stones so you can get past failure to success. So you can get past that to success. Get past failure through success. You go through failure to success. So that means you have to get past failure to get there. Some people are just successful. They never have touched failure. Some people are just successful. They just never touch failure at all. But if you embrace failure, knowing that it's possibly it could happen.
Right.
It's
right.
possible. Anything is possible.
Mm-hmm.
If you can just embrace that fact, everything else is just going to be a stepping stone for you to be better at anything and everything you create. So lastly, I'm going to say this. Never underestimate the power of self-reflection. It's good to self-reflect, and it's good to always get the barometer, or I should say the blood pressure of what's going on, even if it's your business, relationships, whatever it is. It's like, never underestimate that. Never underestimate the power of self-reflection. Never underestimate it. Allow it to be so ingrained in you so that you can really pay attention to what you need to do. And it gives you an appreciation for what you're creating by self-reflecting. It's like you can evaluate your progress on anything and everything you've done. And then realize, I need to adjust some things. Go do those adjustments. It's making you that much more of a better leader, because now you can pinpoint anything that may have went wrong, and you can just adjust it. And it's still going through the path of success because you went in there and made those little tweaks. It's just like in NASCAR. In NASCAR, they got to do preventive measures so the car don't break down. So you got to pit stop, change tires, put gas in the car, talk to the driver, get it on its way in a short period of time.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like speed dating. It's fast as hell. It really is. So you go in, do some self-reflection. You take that self-reflection, do some tweaks, and this gives you that blueprint to success in whatever it is that you're creating. And it's going to continue to allow you to grow and evolve and be the best leader, the best business owner, best man, best woman, whatever it is you're trying to do to reach your full potential. It's going to allow you to do that. Self-reflect. Hold yourself accountable and self-reflect. So that's all I got, y'all. Literally, that is all I got. Short, sweet, and to the point.
That's right.
About 35 minutes. And that's how I want to keep them. I want to keep them this short unless I do interviews or I'm doing a group conversation. Ding, ding, ding. Throw the news button up. Yep, breaking news, y'all. So this Saturday, I'll be doing an interview that I will post in the podcast app, and it will be available Saturday, or actually be available Sunday. It'll be available Sunday. Then I'm doing another group interview that following week. And those group interviews will actually be the norm. They will be the norm in a sense to where I will do a podcast with me and my wife. And the next podcast will be the group podcast. A whole group. So I'm changing the dynamic because I think going into a bigger group where we have bigger group conversations is going to give you a better quality podcast. You're going to get different personalities, but you're going to get their perspective along with my perspective and Connie's perspective and 3 more people perspective. Oh, it's about to get real retarded. You thought I was crazy. You thought that the things I say is off the chain. Oh, you wait until I bring these 3 guests. The doors have been opened and it is about to get ignorant. And it's going to get to the point where we are going to talk about so many things that I don't think the mainstream media platforms are ready for. Because I've been planning this literally for 2 years. Now that I have the platform and the sponsorship, I'm going to do it. So y'all need to stay tuned. If y'all been waiting to listen to a conversation that talks about not just relationships, but spirituality, what it is, what it ain't, financial, whatever, anything that we can think of, when it really comes to relationship building, self-building, being the authentic person you need to be, we're going to have these group conversations. And we may not always agree in those conversations. But at the end of the day, if it ain't that's what I said, I didn't say it.
Well.
So we're going to keep it 100. So y'all stay tapped in and tuned in. That is coming up in the month of May. And hopefully some more surprises. I know I got one coming next week. So y'all gonna have to stay tapped in and tuned in on what I'm talking about for next week as I sip my tea. It's my homegirl from the high school back in Kansas City. Was good. But yeah, you got anything for the people before we get up out of here?
I think the only thing I have for everybody is stay focused on yourself and what you really want, and go back if you didn't catch the live and listen to the replay of all the steps to make sure that you are revealing your full potential.
No doubt. No doubt. And I think with the keys in my hand, I'm going to go ahead and come off the gear shift, and we just going to take it on to the house. So don't forget, y'all. Don't forget to subscribe. I got a YouTube page. Please subscribe, because this Facebook stuff is getting old. The analytics is getting old, and I just got out of jail. Yeah, I did some hard time in Facebook jail, and I'm done with Facebook. They put me in jail for something that it wasn't a Facebook offense. So they petty as hell. We ain't gonna even talk about it. But please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on YouTube and Facebook, as well as Twitch, because I do go live on Twitch. Now, I have to say this before we get up out of here. While the music's playing, please don't never miss an episode. Get active in the comments. Let us know what you think. And until next time, remember what we talked about. You hold the key to unlocking your potential. You got to go out there and do that thing. With that being said, y'all, it's been a pleasure. I hope to see y'all the next podcast. And we up out of here like 2 old felines.